everybody, and welcome to View from Above. It's Ted and Liza here for you, and we have a very special show for you today. There are so many reasons why this is a special show, so I'm so glad that you're tuning in, that you're a part of this, because we want to share it with you, and there are so many amazing things that God has been speaking to us about, and we want to share them with you. How are you doing this morning, Liza?
I'm doing amazingly well. First of all, happy Mother's Day
Happy Mother's Day!
All of you beautiful, gorgeous women, mothers, girlfriends, grandmothers, wives. And I want to share a beautiful gift with you, a gift that my husband gave me in the morning. Look at this wonderful card. I just wanted to share it with you, right? It's pink and it's sparkly and it says, I love that you're my wife. And in the middle it says, Happy Mother's Day. Inside of it, I am so grateful that I am loved and sharing my love with you today. So I wish you, all of you, and I bless you, all of you, beautiful mothers, beautiful women, with lots of love, happiness, and joy. And know that women are the most powerful beings in the world. And thank you guys for all the love that you're giving us today. And flowers, look at this.
Those are beautiful flowers we're getting.
Thank you guys. And again, happy Mother's Day. Blessings are on you and for you. And don't ever forget how beautiful, powerful, and loved you are. No matter how you feel today, just know that you're loved and beautiful and extremely powerful. The special thing about today's service is that we're coming to you from Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Ted said good morning. He had to force himself to say it because here it's actually
It's nighttime.
8 p.m. It's the nighttime. It's the beautiful time though here at Karlovy Vary in Czech Republic. It's a spa city. If you follow us on Instagram, follow our story. We post very interesting little videos every day for you guys to introduce you to this interesting culture of drinking healing waters. Lots of people don't know anything about it, but you should. It's incredible. We're just trying to share our lives with you and bring the blessing into your life so you can expand your horizons and just feel blessed. No matter where you are, no matter who you're with, just remember you're always blessed and highly favored. So again, happy Mother's Day.
So as Liza was saying, we're on location in Karlovy Vary, the Czech Republic. This big bay window that you see behind us is our room. We are in this massive auditorium, which is called our room. It's a very huge room that we're in, and God blessed us with that. And outside that window, I wish the lighting was a little different because you'd be able to see it, but there's a really incredible church that looks like this. This is the picture that I took from our window. And you can see a good close-up of that too. Can you see that?
And that is the
Let me know if you can see that, please.
Yes, say this.
Give me a thumbs up or something.
That is the view from our window. See, we open our eyes and we immediately say, "Good morning, God," because God is looking into our window.
Right from my bed, actually. When I open my eyes, I look out the window, and that's the first thing I see are these. It's a Ukrainian church, right? These golden domes just glistening in the sunlight, the morning sunlight, and it's so beautiful, and it's such a wonderful feeling to wake up. It's just very exciting. So we're having a really great time here. And of course, we're here for a reason today, right, Liza?
Absolutely.
Should we get started?
We have a wonderful message for you guys. It's a powerful message. I want you to open your hearts and receive it today. And right now, share it with your friends, family. Everybody needs to hear this. And stay with us till the end, because at the end, we will be doing a special prayer for you. We will be pulling down the strongholds.
Yes,
so you can start moving powerfully into your blessed future. So right now, share this message with everybody. Give us likes, participate, open your heart, accept it, take it, make it part of your life, because when you receive the blessing, you must share it. So share your blessing now.
Absolutely. So this is part 3 of Change Your Life, and we started this a couple of weeks ago. That's why we're on part 3 now. And in part 1, we talked about how do you know if you want to change, where do you go, And then, of course, we started talking about creating vision last week, right? And
Yes.
started getting yourself
Yes.
moving in the right direction. Well, ultimately, what happens when you start to change your life, when you start to do something different, sooner or later, you're going to come into some sort of roadblock or something that's going to affect you or stop you along the way, or slow you down, I should say. And we want to address that because the roadblocks of life, whether they are fear or doubt or worry or other people, it doesn't matter what the roadblocks are. We can overcome them and release them. We don't have to let them stop us. We're supposed to have victory over them and keep going.
Absolutely.
And we have today, in part 3, it's 5 steps to overcoming challenges. We have
Woohoo!
5 ways for you to overcome those challenges so you never have to be stopped by them, that you never have to let them get in your way to keep you from your destiny, but you can start to move higher and get to where you're supposed to be in your life. This is what God has planned for you. This has been the plan for you all along.
Absolutely.
And we're going to help you to get there today by sharing these 5 steps. And God's been speaking to us a lot about this, even in our personal journey, in our personal life. We've used them a lot.
Yes.
So we want to get down to that.
And first of all, remember, when God is for you, who can be against you? This is the very important thing that you need to kind of absorb. So don't look at big challenges that you might be facing right now as if they're there to stay. No, today it will be the day when you will start moving them out of your life. None of these challenges are in your life to stay. They will move. And I proclaim it over your life today, because when God is for you, who can be against you? So
Absolutely.
let's start, Ted.
Absolutely.
What is step number 1?
Well, do we want to go step number 1, or do we want to talk a little bit about some of the things that trip people up and some examples of
Up
it?
to you.
Because I think also that a lot of times when we set out a vision, we set out a plan for our life, and we start to move towards that. And then when we have a little hiccup or a bump in the road, we get discouraged and we think, oh, darn it, I failed. I came across an interesting quote that I wanted to read here, because I think this is an important one for us in our discussion today. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will.
Wow.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the little bumps that stop us or the little things that slow us down. It's the doubt that never lets us to actually believe for something or hope for something that is really what's going to, make our dreams fail. So we've got to really dream big. And let me read that again. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will.
Wow.
Failure's not a bad thing. Failure shows that you tried something that you didn't know and it didn't work out, but that's not the end of the story. It's not
Absolutely.
over. That just means, okay, that wasn't the way to do it. There's another way, and God's got a better plan for me. And when we have our ears open and we're listening to what God is telling us and receiving that divine guidance, we will surely find another way to make the dream come true. Because when God has given us a plan and we've caught hold of that vision, nothing can stop you now. So start to roll with that to a new level.
I want to point out a very important thing that you just said.
Yeah.
Got hold of that vision, right?
Yes.
When you hold onto the vision for your life, for your future, when you apply your gifts, even when you try and fail once, second time, it matters not.
Right.
You learn, you get up, but you hold on to your vision. You should never let go. So let's talk about it, about holding your vision, right? I think it's the most important thing that people need to realize, that you guys have to have a vision for your life. You were born for a reason, all right? And you're a powerful being. You were created to make incredible impact in this world. All of you. Everyone and each of you. And you do have a vision for this life. Some of you maybe haven't received it yet.
Or maybe it's not clarified
Maybe it's not
yet.
clear yet. What are you doing here? Why were you born? Maybe it's not clear yet, but we will help you clarify it. But I want you to just grasp it right now and put this seed of truth into your life, that you were born for a reason and that you will receive the vision for your life. Very important, very important. Okay, let's continue.
All right, now I want to say something else too. So we know failure's not the end of our dream. Failure just means that we have eliminated one of the possibilities and we are now that much closer to fulfilling our dream.
So you kind of know, I tried that, that's not the one. So let's keep on moving forward.
Right. Give me a comment if you like that. If you agree with that, you can put a comment in the comment section because we can see those today. So please put that in there. Something else I want to say also. You cannot change your situation by seeing your problem. You have to see your solution. You have to see the solution. Too often, what I'm getting at there is too often we get caught up in the failure. We get caught up in looking back at what the problem is. We get caught up in talking about what's wrong instead of seeing what the solution is. Guys, when we're on a path to changing our life, when we're on a path to doing something great, we got to stay on top of that vision, grabbing hold of it and continuing forward. Don't get caught up in spending all your time about talking about the problem. The problem will solve itself. We've got to be focused on where we need to go in order to overcome that problem.
Very interesting part. Again, I need to point out.
Yeah.
You just said that the problem will solve itself.
Yes.
Many of you that are watching may not believe it, but that's how it happens. First of all, when you focus too much on the problem and you talk about it all the time and you complain about it all the time and you look at it again and again and again and
you call all your
reliving
friends.
in it and you just keep giving all your energy and attention and channel it towards this problem, what do you think happens? You amplify it, okay? You are asking for it to stay. Instead, you need to start opening your eyes and opening your heart and start believing that this problem is too small for a big life like yours. And first of all, you need to understand, well, it might look big right now, but it's actually a small bump on the road that I will overcome, because I'm not alone in this life. And what happens? Now you shift your energy. Now you shift your purpose. Now you shift your life in the right direction. And what happens? You start amplifying the solution. It doesn't come right away many times, right? The solution, but it will if you will start channeling your energy and your effort in the right direction. And see, so many people that come to us and many people I worked with, you know, when they come to me and start saying, oh, that is my pattern because my mother was this way or because I was abused, and they continue looking back and looking back and looking back and amplifying problems and keep talking about it and reliving the same trauma. And you know what? They never get out. They never get out of their predicament. Why? Because they're channeling their force in the wrong source. So that is a very important point for you to guys understand. Yes, force in the wrong source, right? Important problem. Important point. Be choosy about giving your energy to the things that need to fall away, right? Give your energy and your efforts. Put all of your intention, purpose, and force into the solving the problem, okay? Focus on the solution, and eventually it will come. And you know what? When you do it, it starts coming in faster with fierce force, and you start shorting the time living in the problem, okay? So you can, okay, I see it, I realize it, bam, you break through.
Absolutely. Now stay with us, guys, because remember, we're going to be talking about 5 steps to overcoming challenges. So don't leave us. We're going to be going through that very quickly. Now, I want to talk about a few things, just quickly, a few things that can trip us up. Some of the biggies. And they're just challenges that we can overcome. They're not a problem, but stuff like fear, stuff like doubt, we already mentioned. Other people's a big one. When we have a dream of changing our life, it's interesting. When I look back at my life, I see where there were people who they were saying negative things, and it would have been very easy for me to give up on that. But we got to be more concerned about what our dream is and where we're going than what other people are saying. We can't get caught up in what other people are saying about us or what they think we should do. We've got to be following our hearts and the guidance of God so that we can do the right thing with God.
And
that's
we're
very
not
important.
saying that you need to be mean to them, say, yeah, good, get out of my life, or don't even speak to me. No, just be choosy in your heart, okay? Sometimes people love giving advice, and not always this is the right advice for your life. It might have worked for them in the past. So in your heart, you need to kind of have a guard on and say, okay, what is my guidance on that? What am I receiving? Connect to God, connect to the higher source. Say, okay, is this for me? But this is inside process, okay? And if the answer is yes, okay, invite it, make it part of you, and say thank you. If it's not for you, say, okay, thank you for your advice, but this is not for me. It might have worked for you, but this is not my way. And that kind of trains you to stay on your path and on your way and continue moving forward, creating what you supposed to be creating. You are unique, okay? There is only one of you, only one of you. So when you keep kind of this check in your heart, in your spirit, with your path, with who you're supposed to be, that's how you become the person you were meant to be. That's how you start living your program. That's how you start achieving incredible things that were prepared for you.
Absolutely. All right, let's get down to it. Number one. What's number one? Make a commitment. Number one is we got to make a commitment. In order to overcome challenges, we've got to be committed to the vision or the dream. We got to be committed to the change that we're making in our life. I mean, how often is it that we start to change our life in one way, but we're really not committed? So the first challenge that comes up, we quickly change our mind and decide, you know what, it's much easier to stay with that old habit. It's much easier to keep doing what I was doing. But if we make a commitment, now we begin to put a certain amount of force, energy, determination into what we're doing. And when we really set our mind on it and say, I'm committed to this, I'm going to do this no matter what, we're going to reach that goal, we're going to reach that dream, then it begins to happen. And that's really important, making a commitment.
What kind of commitment we're talking about? Committing to your best life. I think it's a wonderful commitment, the best commitment you can ever make. If you decide today, okay, I want to be the best person that I can be. I want to become a spiritual being navigating by the prompting and the guidance of the Spirit. I want to create incredible things in my life, and I will stick to it. I will create a wonderful, amazing, powerful routine for myself, and I will stick to it. I will take classes that I need to take. I will start working with my dreams starting today. I will start looking into the guidance that is coming to me, and I will commit to this new lifestyle. See, this is the lifestyle that you need to commit to. But it's exciting. It doesn't mean that you need to quit everything exciting and incredibly entertaining that you're doing in your life. Just the opposite. Today it's going to become more exciting journey for you with fulfilling experiences, incredible journeys, and you will be the happiest person that God created you to be. That's what is that is the commitment that we're talking about today, all right? Committing to your best life. New future that you will creating starting today if you decide to commit to it.
Absolutely. That's very important. I was thinking about some examples of that, and I was thinking of the disciples that were following Jesus, how they left everything to follow this whole new way. Here, they were following things they had never heard before. They were hearing new ways of living, and they were willing to drop everything and just follow this guy, Jesus. They never heard it before. And here they go. And they just kind of gave it all. And it wasn't that they didn't come up against challenges, because they did. You can think of like Peter, for example. Peter was challenged. He had, where he denied Jesus because he was suddenly faced with the peer pressure of other people saying, oh, you must be with that guy. And he's like, no, I don't know him. You know, so not that he didn't face challenges. Now, the good thing was because he was committed to it, he overcame those challenges, right?
Yes.
And he was able to continue on. And he ended up doing some amazing things. People received healing. People received changes because of the work that he was doing.
See, in the beginning, it feels maybe strange to the new beginner, right? And same thing was happening with the disciples, right? Like, there were a lot of followers of Jesus, and
Yep.
some of them started leaving.
There
you know?
were, yeah,
and,
some left.
Yeah, some left because it was kind of hard. You know, they had to leave their life behind. They had to follow this new person. Yes, the teacher, the rabbi, right? But it was a bit strange
And
what they were doing.
even Jesus said to his core disciples, he said, "You guys want to leave too?"
Yes, and the answer was?
Peter answered and said, "Well, where are we going to go? You've got the words of life."
Aha, the words of life, okay? When your heart is telling you that you receiving the truth, your heart will always know. And that will be the word of life that will charge your heart, charge your spirit, and you will know it. Okay, there will be an inner knowing. So these guys who received the inner knowing, they stuck with it, right?
Yep.
They were persevering, they were going
Committed
for
to
it,
it,
committed
yeah.
to it. And it's not overnight that they started performing miracles, signs,
No.
and wonders, or casting out demons. No, you know, they had to commit first. So we're encouraging you today, commit to your beautiful new life today. Commit to your incredible future.
Commit to the change you want to make in your life. You know, make that commitment, because that's going to go a long way to helping you get there and overcome those obstacles. Let's go to number 2. Number 2 is hold fast to the vision.
Uh-huh.
You already mentioned that one.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Absolutely. So, what vision are we talking about? Vision of the purpose for your life. For some people, you start with smaller vision. But when you start and you put your efforts in it, your believing in it, your faith in it, your energy in it, your time in it, and you go with it, the vision begins to grow. It wasn't for us in the beginning when God, gave me my experience and I had this revelation and was born into the spiritual world. God didn't tell me that I will have to talk to the masses and give the message and go on TV or go, on internet and give speeches. And no. It was small. First, he was talking to me about changing my life. Then he started expanding my vision, talking about helping one person, then 2 people, then doing practice when I was helping one-on-one. And then he said, enough. I need you to help a lot of people. So God doesn't start you with, big challenges and giving you like humongous visions that you wouldn't be able to handle. No, he is gradually preparing you, guiding you, teaching you, and expanding your vision. So that is how it's happening for all of you. But it always starts somewhere. And you need to hold on to it, all right? You need to know that what you received into your heart, your guidance from the spiritual source is true. And you need to hold on to it. You need to believe in it and surround yourself with the people who will help you to do so. So surround yourself with believers. Surround yourself with people who will help you water your vision, okay? Fertilize the ground first, but then water it, okay? Have the spiritual community, and that's what we're creating for you guys. We're giving you support, and we're giving you guidance, and we're kind of helping you on your journey. If you haven't joined our Facebook group, join it now, because this is the spiritual community we created for you. We have about 2,000 people there and a lot of followers, almost 10,000 on Instagram.
You're talking about the Dream Experts Academy.
Right, Dream Experts Academy. So join the spiritual community. Be surrounded by people who are doing the same thing. And when you join forces with right people, your believing increases, your faith is growing, and your vision goes steadfast towards the finish line. It's amazing what starts happening when you are believing together, right? And holding on to the vision for your life.
Absolutely. And I believe that's what Peter was doing, when he was holding on to the vision, when Jesus said to him, are you guys going to leave too? He's saying, no way. I got a hold. You've got the words of life. I've got to know what these are.
And I'm not letting it go.
I'm not letting you go. And I think that's what he was saying, and that's the way we've got to be. My point is, you've got to be like that when you're pursuing life change. If you're going to overcome the challenges, you've got to be focused on that and say, there's no way I'm letting this go. I know that this is my dream. I know that this is what I need. I know this is where I'm being guided. And sometimes there's a challenge in the way, but you've got to know there's got to be a way. I want to stop and share a story with you at this point, because sometimes you guys hear us up here talking, you think, oh, Ted and Liza never have any challenges. Well, I'll tell you, we have challenges all the time. But the thing is, we've been applying these 5 steps to overcoming them for a very long time, and so it gets easier. It more quickly it happens. But we had a very interesting experience when we got here to Karlovy, didn't we? And I think it was like a week before we left for our trip, Liza got an email from the hotel that she had booked 6 months before. And it was telling her something about they were going to move her reservation to a different hotel. Well, that never sounds really good. And sure enough, we arrived quite late at night, and we got to the hotel that they said our reservation had been moved to, and we went in, and it was not the hotel that we booked, which we knew, but it was definitely not the accommodations that we expected. And we we're very polite, and we talked to the guy at the front desk. We knew he was just doing his job, and we said, okay, there must be another, this must not be our room. There must be another room in the hotel that's ours. And he showed us some other rooms, and after he showed us everything that was available, we realized this is not the hotel we're supposed to be in, right?
This is not our place, no.
Now, you could get pretty worked up over that, but I actually was very calm about it. I had a real calmness inside of me, and I just was really listening to the voice of God. What is going on here, God? Because I always know when something like this happens, and this was a challenge, when something happens like this, I always know there is another plan, and if I can hear, God's going to give me guidance. We decided, because it was about 10 o'clock at night by the time we'd seen all the rooms in this hotel, that we had to stay in one of these. We weren't going to go out on the street looking for something in the middle of the night. And so we did. But the very next morning, I woke up early, and God was speaking to me. And I went and I looked on this one website, and I just knew there was accommodation for us. And I saw this one. And I sort of had a remembering or an inkling that I knew it. And Liza was getting ready, because we were getting ready to leave right away. We were going to go find another place no matter what. We knew we would find something. And Liza said, where do you think we should go? And I told her we should go to this one. And we came straight over here. And we came in and we talked to the lady, and there was one available. And we looked at the room.
She was a very wonderful person who was kind of warm and happy to have us and happy to help. And she showed us the room, and it was the most amazing room, exactly the room that we envisioned. And the view from the room, as we showed you, was this church, right? The good morning God moment. So we knew that God was guiding us here. But the most interesting thing is what Ted will share with you right now.
And it happened really, we saw this place by, I think it was 8 o'clock in the morning. We already had our place. And we knew it right away, and it was secured for us. And the other great thing is the other hotel completely let us, get out of there. But the whole point is that we got into this great hotel. Now, the kicker of it was that 7 years ago, when we first came to Karlovy, I remember walking up this street here and looking through the gates, because this is a huge villa that you look. It's a beautiful, incredible hotel, beautiful. And I remember looking through the gates and seeing beautiful trees and flowers and people looking like they're enjoying themselves. And I said, wow, who are the people that stay in there? I'd sure like to stay there sometime.
Because it looks like you need to be a millionaire to get in. Do you have a picture of this?
I do. Actually, here's the outside of it. This is one of the corners of it anyway. Can you see that? Give me a comment if you can see it. Give me some likes. Anyway.
It's a beautiful kind of castle-like villa. It's a mansion. And when we were passing by this 7 years ago, Ted remember doing it 7 years ago, looking inside the gate and saying, oh, one day I surely want to stay here, right? Kind of reaching into the future.
Just wishing,
Kind
dreaming.
of putting the seed and the wish out there. I surely would like to stay there one day. One day I will be able to afford it. Right?
And what was interesting was today I was sitting out on this beautiful deck they have outside, and we were enjoying the sun. And I was looking back at that same gate now from the opposite side, and I was seeing people walk by and look through the gate and think, and I remembered 7 years ago, I was on the other side looking in. And today I realized that because of that, my intention and that desire had put me here. And this is why God wanted us here. He wanted to put us into this place. Sometimes there are some challenges you have to overcome. Sometimes you have to follow the voice of God in order to get to where you need to be.
I believe this was not a challenge. I believe this was the line, direct line, to take you to the place that Ted reserved for us 7 years ago. Yeah. See, it never happens usually. Nobody transfers you from one hotel to another. I believe that reservation that I made was not enough for God. Why? Because He had a better plan for us. He had a better plan for Ted, because Ted already made the reservation 7 years ago, and God really wanted us to be at this castle, this beautiful mansion that He was looking into 7 years ago. So I believe it was not a challenge, even though sometimes it looked like this, but it was a guiding hand of God that wanted to place us right where we belong.
In our
But
destiny.
here's the kicker, that this hotel that we're staying right now is even less expensive for us because we got an incredible deal, God's deal, than the room that I reserved and we were transferred from.
Yeah.
So don't ever look at how much anything is, because God didn't tell you to pay for it. He told you to believe for it. When you believe, when you put your intention out, He will make sure that you will receive it. Ted, we're running out of time.
We're running out of time.
You'd better go. You'd better go.
I'm on vacation. I'm relaxing. I'm just not moving fast enough today, guys.
Come on.
Sorry. Let's go. All right. So we talked, number 3, we've got to persevere. And that's something that was going on in this story. We could have just settled for that room and said, oh, it's too hard. We might as well sleep here. At least we got a room. No way. You've got to stand up and say, God is believing for me to have more. He is expecting for me to have more. And I know this is not it. And the minute we made that decision, the opportunities opened, and I knew right where to go. And came, and the gate opened for us, and we walked on in, and here we're sitting in a wonderful place. You've got to persevere, though, to keep moving forward, keep moving towards your dream. It doesn't matter if little obstacles come up. Just keep going forward.
Don't settle for less. You deserve the best.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Number 4, you've got to take authority as well. You've got to understand that you have authority under God, and you can use that authority to open gates and doors that are not open for you, for opportunities, so that when things happen, you now can start to proclaim, nope, this can't affect me. My way is open. Nope, this can't stop me. I know where I'm going. I got my vision.
You are in charge of your life. I want you to know you are powerful, you are strong, and you're not alone fighting your battles. We are fighting for you, we're fighting with you, and you know what? Armies of angels are behind you to take you down the road that God created for you, and you are victorious. I want you to have it in your heart that whatever challenge that you're facing today is not going to stay in your life, and many times, like in our life, like this example that we shared with you, it is simply for you to come to something better.
Better. Yes, absolutely.
Let's
ready for number 5?
Yes, go.
Number 5, we already talked about this. I really believe this so strongly. Number 5 is proclaim. Use your words. I proclaimed this hotel 7 years ago when I looked through that gate and I said, man, I would like to stay there. I proclaimed that. God does not forget when you say something like that. It's now put before you. When you proclaim a change in your life, when you proclaim something better is going to take place, I'm going to move into that mansion, I'm going to have that job, I'm going to restore my body to incredible health. When you proclaim those things, those words go directly to the ears of God. And all of the armies of angels go to work to help now orchestrate that. That's what happened for us on this trip. That gate was open for us because I proclaimed it 7 years ago.
And it's not the first time it's happening. This is our life. That's how it happens with us all the time. Every day, something incredible is happening in our lives. Why? Because we believe. Why? Because we persevere. Why? Because we keep pushing forward. Why?
Absolutely.
Because we hold on to the vision that God put into our hearts. We will never let go. We will never stop. We will keep on moving forward. And we want to encourage you today to do the same. Stay with the vision. Stay with God, keep moving forward and pushing forward, and holding on to your vision is the most important thing. Have faith and you will succeed.
Absolutely.
So right now I think we need to do the prayer for
They
our
can
people.
almost get a glimpse of that church out the window as the light gets darker.
Oh.
So I don't know if you guys are noticing. But yeah, so we're going to do a prayer now to break down the strongholds. It doesn't matter what it is. Remember, failure is not a problem. Failure is just helping you to eliminate one aspect, so now you know where to go. We knew that wasn't the hotel we wanted. That helped us to understand where we were supposed to go, right? Same thing in your life. If that job didn't work out, remember God's got a better one for you. Start believing, start proclaiming, start using it so you can step into that.
And I believe and declare that God is upgrading your life today. Whatever you are facing today, you will break through. We're going to do a prayer together. We're in it together. You're no longer alone. You're not fighting your battles by yourself. I just want you to know that, okay? It's not going to hurt anymore. Whatever you need to receive today, you will. Okay,
Amen.
You want to start the prayer?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Let's close our eyes, everybody. And right now, I want you to begin to feel the strength and power of God upon you. And remember that when your words go forth to proclaim who it is that you are, who it is that God created you to be, where it is that you're going, the job that you're going to have, the place that you're going to live, today it might seem so far away from you. But 7 years wasn't very long for me. And it happened very quickly. And it will happen very quickly for you too. So with your eyes closed, begin to see very clearly who you are. Make the commitment right now. Make the commitment for who you are, where you're going, what you're going to do, and just start to feel it right now. And Liza's going to pray now to break down all of those strongholds, the fears, the doubts, the things that try to stop you. They don't have power over you. Shake those off right now.
I open the windows of heaven and I commission and hold on to your vision, and I commission all these beautiful angels and I send them your way. Dear Heavenly Father, I'm opening the windows of heaven. And I bring this beautiful people to you, Lord. And right now, I pray over you, over your life, that if you need to receive healing today, you are receiving it right now. I feel the Spirit moving, and I'm saying, Spirit come, and Spirit come. Now start feeling this beautiful warmth going through your entire body. And if you need healing somewhere in your body, put your hand on that place. And start moving and start doing something that you couldn't do before. And right now, I believe and declare that your entire body is being charged. And I place the molecule of love into your heart.
You're being set
and
free right now.
You're being set free. And I believe and declare that great relationships are coming into your life. That spirit of unity is in your life. You're breaking free right now. And I proclaim success that is coming into your life. You're not gonna settle for less because you deserve the best. And I proclaim that you are blessed and highly favored. And I take down the strongholds. And I send the angels that are breaking through the walls of your insecurities. Okay, that's what God is telling me. Insecurities, fears, and doubts. And you are moving forward swiftly, manifesting the life that you're supposed to live. Right now, I want you to put your hand onto your heart and say, I believe it, and I receive it, and I'm moving forward on my path towards my beautiful future. And I believe and declare that you're blessed, and I believe and declare that you're starting your new life right now. Together, we can do it. With God, you are powerful, you are strong, and moving forward. Be blessed in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today on View from Above. It's been such a pleasure to come from on location. And we're going to continue with this series next week. So we hope you'll join us then for another exciting show. Thank you so much.
We love you, and we'll see you soon.